Hi guys, I got another video for you today. Today I'm going to be talking about timing, and I was playing with my platoon mates with Cup, Gilby, and Thyderian, and we're on steps, and it's a standard battle. We're in our 10s, and first of all we look at the map, see what platoon that we're against, and it looks like they got some heavy tanks, but they also got a mix of medium tanks in there. So it's a guess of where they're going to go. This map is kind of unique. I feel like the 9 line is more important. However, heavy tanks usually gravitate towards the 1 line, or slower tanks is probably a better scenario. So when it comes to timing, things you need to remember is when you need to attack versus defend. And things that help you determine that is the tank counts. So how many guys are in the choke on your team versus the enemy team. Another thing is if you're top dog versus if you're small dog. If you're in a heavy tank versus a light tank, that's going to determine like how much you push or defend. If you're in a platoon, understand your enemies. So like right away when you make a plan, look at their team and just at least talk through what you think they're going to do. That way you can react if they do or don't do it. Know your play styles of the different tanks that you're playing against, but also if you're with teammates and you know how they play, that's going to determine how much you push. So like when I'm with Drewski, he likes to be very aggressive, so I usually turn it up a notch. Letting him go out and get killed, or him letting me go out and get killed, is not a productive way to work together. So if we're going to push, we just communicate on who we're going to push, who we're going to focus on. I'm going to get the game started because I'm just about done with my notes. Return to the base after you win your choke or flank. Chances are, once you win your side of the map, the other side, if there's no one on your team on the other side of the map, chances are they all died, so the red team is going to push onto your cap. Unless you like getting capped, go back to your own cap. Know when to fall back. This is probably one of the hardest things, especially when you're in a platoon. If you're in a mobile medium tank, there's times where you just need to fall back and let your heavies die there if they can't get out of there. And heavies, you can't really be too disappointed on it. If that happens to you, you just got to learn to dig in, which my next video that I show will have the same map and different situations. So your health versus the enemy's health is also, or should determine. And then honestly, the timing of the game you just learn from experience and experimentation. So learning the maps, learning where to go, what different tanks do, is just a matter of playing. After I've played 45,000 games in this, actually I think I'm at 42, I have a good feel of what's going to happen. So you can jump into the game here, didn't miss much. Me and Thyderian go down the 1 line, and Cup and Gilby were on the 9 line, and they actually spotted a bunch of tanks going down the 9 line, but once again my replay radio contact is messed up. So as soon as Cup spotted them all coming that way, I told Elliot we just need to leave our teammates to defend this side, and we need to go back to make sure that they don't collapse behind us. I am in the new Wizard 111 5A, new on console, and it is fantastic. It's everything I thought the 113 was going to be when I first got the 113. So this packs the big alpha like the rest of the Chinese heavy tank line does. Good armor, great mobility. And here essentially what they did was they won the 9 line, but we also didn't take much loss for it because we just gave it to them. And you can see attack versus defend. We're not going to go drive out into this field to attack a bunch of mobile tanks. We're going to defend here because really what can they do? They can poke that ridge line and shoot at our armor that's pointed at them. So the Sheridan came in over the side. I try to get a poke to see if there's more coming. Since there's only 2 on the ridge now, I feel like they're all going to follow the Sheridan. And sure enough, this 105 follows suit. Cup runs into him to get him immobilized, and me and Thyderian both bounce a shell off of him. He gets one more in me. At this point, it's 4-4, and pretty much all the tanks on our team have turned around essentially, so the fight is now behind us. So I let Thyderian know that if he wants to stay there, I'm going to go back. And now we're down 1 tank. And honestly, the other thing of us staying like in the 3 line is we're back to back with our teammates. So there's really no way that they can cut us apart. Or if they do, they're going to take a lot of damage loss for it. Alright, so they have a full health IS-7, a half health E-100, well he was, now he's not, and then almost a full health E5. Now this E5 I think is trying to get through this flank to the right of me, so I asked Gilby if he can keep an eye on him. Our Artie takes out the E-100, which is great, and now you can see that we have 2 scouts and a tank destroyer up on top of the hill. So Thyderian kills the 110, Cup kills the Sheridan in the field. Now you can see that there's 2 tank destroyers up there, and Cup dies from the AC-48. And I tell these guys that we just got to go kill these 2 before the tank destroyers come over the hill at us. So Gilby comes over in his Waffle E-100, and he's about to chew them up. So we take care of them, and now it's really these tank destroyers. The E4 kills Thyderian, and you can see the E4 has minimal health, but Gilby also is on low health, so I want to try to get this AC-48 dead, and I missed my shot. But the Type 4 gets him, along with the scout helping out. Also, the E4 is dead now too. And this is where this tank shines. It can fight through chokes, but then even like towards the end game, it's got enough mobility to get around the map. So 1390 goes down there. Gets the Batchat tracked, and our Conqueror kills it. And then I'm just heading off this Centurion, which sees Gilby's turret and kills him. I want to immobilize him, and I light him on fire and kill him. And now it's the hunt for Artie, which we think is in K0. So really this highlights timing very well, just because it was pretty much awareness of the minimap and reacting to what the enemy team was doing. Now, that's easier said than done, because it takes a lot of intangibles and knowing what your team's doing. If our team was just sitting on the cap, then it's hard to say. You know, we would have had to put it in their hands to defend that off. Artie made it all the way back into E1, and our Artie actually kills him. So no rules on this. Really, it's just going to come down to experience and experimentation. But really learn where the chokes are on the map. That's important, and where your tank should be. The main thing is like, what's your style, what's your tank style, and where should it be on the map. So that's all I got for you guys. Have a good night.